supposed to say it.
Go ahead. No, that's right.
5 to 7 minute speech titled Danger in Disguise. We look forward with great anticipation. Patrick McKelvin.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
How are you this morning? What's the first sport you think about when you think of a dangerous sport? Now, I know a lot of you will think about this sport. Even though, pretend you know nothing about this sport. Just take a look at the athlete. You can tell by what they're wearing that it's a dangerous sport. The helmet's a giveaway, the big pads to protect themselves. How about this athlete? You could also tell by helmet, pads, and he even has a stick. That can't be a good combination. How about this athlete? This athlete, most of you might not even know what the sport is. Some of you do. But look at the athlete. Look at its helmet, its protection. You know good and well that it is a dangerous sport. Now look at this athlete. I know a lot of the guys go, woo, look at that. And the girls go, oh, that's a cute little skirt, cute little bow in the hair. But these are athletes too. But what's the difference between the athletes you saw before and these athletes? They don't have the helmet, the shoulder pads. But you're going, why would they need that? Well, this might show you something. This is a very common occurrence in the cheerleading industry. A girl being strapped to a gurney with their head taped in a neck brace. It's the most leading cause of injury in this sport. This girl could also vouch for it. Never be able to walk again. Never be able to breathe on her own without a tube. Cheerleading is considered the most dangerous sport among men, or boys, and girls that lead the industry in catastrophic injuries. What is a catastrophic injury? Death or severe head and spinal trauma. The National Center of Catastrophic Sports Injuries report in 1980 that there were 5,000 visits to the emergency room due to cheerleading. Today, that number is a staggering 28,000 visits. They also reported from 1982 to 2007 that in high school there was reported 103 fatalities in all sports. 63 of those were cheerleading. Second place came in gymnastics at 9, and track and field came in at 7. Further reports show that the 26-year record that they've recorded throughout high school and college, from 1982 to 2008, there was over 1,116 catastrophic injuries that led in death or that led in serious disabling injuries. High school made up 903 of these injuries, with 157 of them fatal, 379 of them non-fatal, and 374 of them serious. This is in all sports in high school. 65% of those were cheerleaders. College made up 211 injuries. 22 were fatal, 63 were non-fatal, and 127 were serious. Now, you can't tell these kids that this is not a serious sport, even though in the industry, sports industry, it's not considered a sport. It's working on becoming a sport. And why is it important to be considered a sport? Just like all sports, they evolve over the years. Going back to football, they didn't have these heavy helmets and thick masks. They started out with just leather helmets. But the sport evolved. As it became a sport, they got more safety measures in place. Cheerleading will never get that opportunity if it's not considered as a sport. And if it doesn't, it'll still remain a danger in disguise. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patrick.